Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Wesman2. Feel free to call me Wes, and if you're new to the channel, then welcome to you, and welcome to everyone else that's back. So, it is, the 7th day of spring in our little Staxel challenge, or not challenge, or actual Staxel series, and it's Wednesday, and I can say that because I definitely know it's Wednesday. I guess like any day on this series, or, any of this series, is we always just have to start with the daily chores, which is we gotta water everything, we need to make sure that everyone is fed for, and, everyone else is taken care of. That being said, let's see about, I think I put the milker back in the house since I don't have a crate just yet. Are you hungry? No, Milton, you are happy. All right. So let's go ahead and fix this real quick. So thank you to all those that have been commenting, liking, and just overall just giving feedback. Been appreciating that. Let me see if about this. No milk? Alright, well, you can't hurt a guy for trying. So the plan for this episode is we need to kind of fix this this money situation. As we kind of are constantly in the need for some cash, and so what the plan was is to try to explore a little bit today to see if we can find the mine so that we are able to get some cash. I need one of those. Do you think anyone's watching? All right, I need that. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so I kind of need one of those. And so that's the plan. Okay, so what am I thinking? Thoughts, what to do first. I guess what we could do, something came to mind, is we can try our luck at fishing too. I built this amazing fishing spot, and I haven't really been there to show it off. And so, here, let me go ahead and just toot my own horn for a little bit, and show off this really cool speed build that I did. It took about an hour and a half, real time, to kind of design and plan. I'm really proud of how it came out. As I was building it, I was kind of just blind, but then towards the end, it just definitely looks nice. Okay, so let's actually go on to, that's not even the right post. Oh my gosh. Oh, why did I come here? Because now I want to fix it. I'll have to make a mental note. Let me go ahead and just, alright, quickly fish. Let's see. Well, I got any stories to tell you guys today? Not really. I guess same old. I guess if you're, whoops, one sec. Let's see, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4, 2, tree 1. Oh, I wonder if I could ever use the, I don't think so. We could try the number pad. An empty bottle. Sure, that's useful. Not. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try this next time with a. Alright, 2? No, okay, that does nothing. Okay, well, I tried. I was gonna see if you could use the number pad, because to me that's a little bit easier sometimes. I don't know, because I've been trying to, I guess, improve my 10 key. A popped eye goldfish. Okay, well, that's actually a, whoops. That can actually be a story, so, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Whoa, that was quick. What it looks like close up. Whoops, there we go. So the story is as a little kid, we've always kind of had, oh, a frog. We've kind of always had fish in the house. My mom loves fish, and whether it be like in a fish tank, an aquarium, or flat out in a pond, right? And so for as long as I can remember, we had this black goldfish with these popped eyes, kind of like the one we caught, and her name was, I don't know the story behind it, but it was Molly. And Molly was a fish that I, for a while, at least as long as I can remember, was part of the, I guess, the family, if you will. Anyways, we ended up moving to a home where we had a pretty decent sized backyard, and so my mom, with her love of fish, decided that she was going to build a pond. And so I remember us being out there building the pond and just having a good old time. Long story short, we transported, or I guess transplanted, Raina. Is just, yeah, alright, well, let me just kind of ignore that. We put her in the new pond, right? And so she was able to flourish and grow pretty big, and it was just it was a great old thing, because you can kind of see her from time to time. You're like, oh wow, she's gotten substantially bigger, since she had a larger place to kind of call home. But So that's good. So there is more to that story, but it's not as happy. So I'll just kind of, what the heck is going on there, Raina? All right, well, she's scaring me because she keeps just throwing herself into the pond. You know what? I wonder if that is because I technically man-made the pond, right? So to her, that should be solid ground, and there should only be a small pond there. But I guess maybe it hasn't updated. What are you doing, Cecile? So she in her, I guess, programming is like, yeah, this is solid ground. She just runs into the the pond. Alright, so I went to the general store thinking I needed to sell the leaf, but that's not the case. Alright, you give me one petal? Sure, I guess. So because of that, now I want to keep the pop-dye goldfish. We'll have to $18 for a frog. Did you see the size of that frog? Goodness. Oh, a goldfish, and then say neon. It does say neon. All right, there we go. Sell that, and then we're gonna keep her. Apple core is not really helpful. I'm just kind of thinking, like, is there really anything else we need to sell or keep? I guess our farming license. Do you think we can sell that? How much do you think that sells for? Ah, no, I can't even put it in the box. They blacklisted that. They're like, we thought of you. You know, you smart butt people who are like, we're gonna sell our license. Okay, so I'm gonna go off in this direction only because, I don't know, I chose in this direction currently to kind of spend a few minutes just going out and seeing if we can kind of scour out left to right, see if we can find the mine. So if you're watching this, keep your eyes peeled for a hole in the ground in case I miss it, and then just go ahead and video mark it with just putting the time, 2 colons, or not a single colon, and then the seconds. And so what it will do is it will direct me to that part of the build video, and everyone else obviously that wants to click on it, so be like, yeah, Wes, it's at 8 minutes and 32 seconds in the bottom left hand corner. I'll be able to see it. I'm just gonna kind of take this to the coast because I'm not really too sure. Oh, if I can, I have to actually come out of this map. Oh, there we go. I mean, this ground's pretty level. Is that a huge pond? Oh man, I sure hope so, because that looks cool. Uh-oh. Stuck again. Did I get through it? Alright. The only problem is the reason why I'm trying to look this way is because the view distance is a lot greater than just looking straight down. Yeah. No, that looks like it's going to be a bunch of trees, I think. Or it should have been, but it's not. Let's pop out of the map. Yeah, see, so it's supposed to be like one of these evergreen forests, but instead it's all the grass for it, but it looks like the trees didn't spawn. I mean, that's really interesting. Since we're here and it's already a pretty big tree, we'll go ahead and just chop it down. You know, make a quick 60 wood. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it looks so out of place compared to the green and super green backdrops. Alright, well, I guess. So we'll just have to remember, using Town Hall as north, right? Because that's just what I did in the last series. So north, east, south, and then west. So we went to the west all the way down to the coast. So if you saw it, then we'll go ahead and you know, do that. Then we'll kind of go north up from the center of town and I guess kind of make a loop, a wide loop around. I'm going to go ahead and just head in this direction. Again, no real reason other than, you know, maybe it's over here. It's kind of just a complete guess. But, you know, there's really no sound knowledge between that. But I guess as we're doing this, to kind of keep things not so mundane, I guess I'll tell you part 2 of the Molly adventures, and don't worry, I didn't stew her if that's what you were worried about. So as I was saying, she was in the big pond and she was pretty big and she was flourishing, but then what ended up happening is we started introducing more fish into the pond. And that started causing problems because of territory and, you know, various things. I guess you could say one of the bigger problems is, for those that might not be familiar with fish, is we put some largemouth bass in the pond. For those that kind of know fish, you can kind of get the grasp of how big this pond would be in order to, you know, house largemouth bass. I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't 12 inches and, you know, 5-6 pounds. They were, you know, pretty small in comparison. Anyways, they get very aggressive, and they didn't take kindly to her, and we thought that it would have been fine because of her size. Because by that time, when we started introducing bass into the pond, we knew that we couldn't just throw a bunch of small fish into the pond, because then they would just be eaten immediately. So we actually had two ponds, you know, so we had the main large pond, and then we had like a kind of cheapy, like if you go to like, I think it's Lowe's or Home Depot, you can pick up like a circular, like hard plastic pond. So that's what we had for the baby fish. And when they grow to a decent size where we felt confident the bass wouldn't eat them, then we threw them into, that Molly was more than, I guess, big enough. She was adequate in her size. But that wasn't the case because they started nipping at her, and we noticed it because of her tail. We saw her periodically and they eat her tail, and we're like, hey, walk off. Kind of side note, what the heck is going on here? It's a perfectly, it put a pond here and it put it up above ground, so it made this perfect square around it. That's what caught my eye. And so I guess that's part two, where she started eating they started eating her tail. Not her, that'd be impressive. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything other than, oh, awesome, a log cabin. So we'll go ahead and just take a quick look. If nothing else, we'll just use the stuff in it for cash, because that was kind of the idea. So there is a part 3 to the Molly saga. I guess you could say it's a true saga, because there's a part 3, but, you know, another time. So I guess the cabin, I'm hoping, is the good cabin that will have the extra crates and the barrels and the various other things inside of it that we can then just kind of tear up the foundation and then in one fell swoop pick up all the stuff and sell it. Again, that's the hope, and it is. Oh, heck yes. So for those that might, you know, wonder how, the one with the chimney, right? So there's a couple of cabins, and this one has a chimney. This one has barrels on the inside. It actually has a nice bed we're gonna steal and actually use for our own. Although there's nothing really wrong with those. It has, you know, a dresser, a couple of crates, and, you know, a stool. All of this can be sold or kept, you know, depending on how we feel. The biggest thing too is it has, you know, it has windows that are still intact, which is interesting to me, because, you know, I wouldn't think this kind of, I guess this one's not as run down as the other ones, but I mean, it's still run down as in it's abandoned. No one lives here. Hey, don't steal that. Give it back. Okay, so the easiest way... Oh, wow, I didn't even notice that they put logs over here to show, like, you know, you just store a couple of logs ready for the fire. The fire we're actually going to steal and probably relocate into our own single player. And so the fun begins. So the easiest way, again, because of the way that the mechanics in Staxel works, if you rip up the foundation of something and it's not touching any other adjacent blocks, all blocks that, you know, we're touching that block, then fall. It's fancy talk for saying as soon as I dig out this, chop down these, I guess they used actual wood planks, as in from the trees, which, you know, we can't use. Scythe, did I not buy one? I could have sworn yep, I have one. So really what's gonna happen is we're gonna just rip up all the blocks, and this whole thing is just gonna kind of come crumpling down in one fell swoop, as I was saying earlier. Okay, or talking about. Okay, so then that, no, okay. It's Staxel. You need a scythe to cut this. Oh, okay. That was throwing me off. I'm like, I'm so confused. Why did they change this? I don't like it. No. They didn't. It was just, there's... Oh, is that how they get the moss texture? They just put moss in between the stone? That's interesting. I mean, hey, whatever works to get, you know, mossy cobblestone, but you would think they just retextured the block. I mean, yeah, okay, you know, I'm not gonna complain. I just thought that was funny to me. You just... I would think you just retexture the block and then just call it a day, but no, I mean, they went above and beyond, you know, to just put it in between. So I'm just gonna get... What the heck is going on there? So I'm just gonna keep throwing stuff on the ground. No, there's... Why when I... Okay, that's weird. It just felt like every time I was in this corner of the the map, or my inventory, the game's like, and, you know, get out of your inventory. Alright, so all of that's pretty much just junk. We're gonna take all of this. So I should be able to just cut around this little area, and I mean, that should be it as far as what needs to be cut down. We just need to go all the way across. Oh, you know what? I bet it's these bushes too. Again, anything that's touching the blocks counts as an adjacent block. So if it being these bushes, it is enough. Okay, so we just gotta find the last thing, and I don't know if it's the door frame or if it's it's gonna be the fireplace, because the fireplace is touching still these blocks right here. So in theory, again, I could be completely wrong, but if I might know a thing or two about Staxel. It should be these blocks right here, because they're touching and then on the inside, because they're still touching the wall. So that should be that. So there's something touching. You know what? I wonder if it really is this door frame. It really was the door frame. Alright, well, just like that, that's what I was talking about. One fell swoop. Instead of having to kind of tear the whole thing down ourselves, we can kind of just collect all the blocks, and then only take one area of our inventory. Then the flooring we'll just have to tear up, like such. So what we'll end up doing is, again, to get us money so that we can feed our animals. Again, further extend the crops and kind of keep the series going at a decent pace. Because this is kind of the one in anticipation for 1.3, because I feel it's going to be a good one. Alright, so this should be all flooring, I'm guessing. I'm totally guessing. I mean, I don't know. Yes, okay, so we have some... Man, is it really full? I guess I don't need the candle. I don't know why I have that or that. I want the... Really? I'm like, I have these on my inventory already. I want the flooring, because I could really use it in my own house. Oh, those are house blocks. Interesting. Oh, I wonder if those were under the foundation. Because you can't build a floor. I mean, you can build a floor, but then it'll be kind of down one and not level with the surrounding ground, which is not so much what we want. Okay, so I think that will do for that. So we'll have to go back home. We'll have to teleport back home, and then we'll have to sell next episode. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode of our Staxel playthrough. This is Season 2, for those that are wondering. If you're new to the channel and you did make it to the end, down below are all the links to the social media outlets that I comment on and I post on. If you didn't catch the last video for whatever reason, I'm having to change my schedule just temporarily, hopefully, which is uploads are going to be less regular, as in from 7 days, it's only going to be 3 days, and that's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's right now. I'm trying to keep that schedule, and I'm hoping that it won't fluctuate. But you can always stay tuned to any of the social medias, or just come back on YouTube, and I try to keep everyone posted in one of these videos. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have already clicked off, so if you're still watching, know you're the elite few that get a high five. Virtual high five. You ready? 3, 2, 1. We just high fived. No one else gets that because they had no idea, because they didn't stay to the end. Anyways, that's all I have for today, folks. So thank you for tuning in, and until next time, as always, keep it real.